So you may have heard the term frogging in knitting, and it's basically where you pull back rows or rounds of knitting because you've found a mistake or you've done too many, or for whatever reason you want to pull it back. So when you pull your needle out, you'll see that nothing is happening to the stitches. So don't be worried about removing your needle from your piece of knitting. It's not going to magically unravel on its own. The stitches will just sit there and do nothing if you don't touch it. So if I want to pull back now, I'm just gently going to pull the yarn, and you'll see each stitch is popping out. And we're pulling the yarn from the row. Now, if it was just one row that I was pulling back that I needed to undo, then I probably wouldn't frog. If you're going to rip it out, it would more than likely be for several rows, because otherwise you can do what they call tink, and there's a separate video on what that means, and that is a much easier method if you're only doing a row or two. If you've got a lot to do, then tinking would take a very long time. So I've pulled back this row here, and I'm going to pull back another one. So I'm just gently stabilizing it with my hand, just so that it can easily pull out from the stitches. So it is easy if you do this on a flat surface. And when you come to the end of your row, just be careful with that last stitch. So we're just going to gently pull that out. Now if I pulled that too tight, it would actually pull the next first stitch of the row out as well. Okay, so my example today only has a very small number of stitches, and I've only pulled back a couple of rows, so I don't have a lot of excess yarn. If you were frogging a large project or you had a greater number of rows, then I recommend winding the yarn at regular intervals back onto the ball. Otherwise, you could find yourself with a large pile of tangled yarn that takes you quite a long time to sort out. So before we get back to the tutorial, if you haven't already, then it would be fantastic if you could go ahead and click the subscribe button. So before I start to put my stitches back on the needle, if I'm using a straight needle, then I need to make sure that I start at the right end. If you're using a circular, then it doesn't really matter, but I would recommend finding where the working yarn is coming out from, and then you start inserting your needle from the other end. Now I can put my needle back in. So when you're putting the needle back through, you need to make sure that the stitches are orientated in the correct way. So a stitch should lie with the right hand leg. Just let me zoom in. So these are your legs of your stitch. So this right hand leg should always orientate on the front of your needle, like this. So when you're putting your stitches back on, you need to make sure that you're going in from the back, so that this right leg orientates on the front of the needle, and just very carefully put them on. You kind of have to then move the needle tip around to the back and push them on. Now if you want, you could use a needle that was a size down from the actual one that you need, so that it doesn't pull the stitches too much, and you might find it a bit easier to get them on. But for this example, I'm just going to show you with the normal needle size, and just be very gentle, give it a little twist, push the stitches through. So we're going in from the back all the way along. and we're trying not to pull the needle up, we're not pulling it too tight, we're just being very gentle so that we don't pull these stitches out. Okay, and just work all the way along to the end. I'm at the last stitch, so you can see the yarn tail here coming out of this stitch, so I just need to be very careful when I'm popping that in that I don't pull the yarn out and actually undo that stitch back to the row below. And there we're done.